Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the OpenScape Cloud Enablement Training for Partners. My name is Mark Smith. I am the Senior Director of Digital and Growth for Unify, and also the OpenScape Cloud Product Owner. So today we're going to look at a number of things. First off, we're going to start with our value propositions for OpenScape Cloud. We're then going to look at the changing marketplace, where the opportunities are and how you can take advantage of them. We'll talk about what we've done to our cloud specialization to make it work for OpenScape Cloud. We'll then talk about our competitive positioning, roadmap and rollouts, and then finally we'll end with a call to action. Let's start with a value proposition. So we've broken the value propositions down into a number of different slides. For our customers, the value propositions differ from how they look from a partner. So from a customer's perspective, OpenScape Cloud is carrier class voice and collaboration for everybody. It brings you cloud scalability, availability, and reliability. And it is an industry-leading communication and collaboration platform. Above all of those things, it is one offering and all deployment types. That means for your end customer, you can provide something that is public, true hybrid, private, or even CPaaS if you need to. It's the same platform no matter which way you do it, with multiples of deployment choices. By offering a true hybrid model, it can give you a seamless experience with those on-premise solutions which you already have today. And CPaaS provides a deeper value integration into some of your existing solutions that may be outside the communication space and extra revenue dimensions as well. You can also leverage those existing investments, or customers can. That means that they can take an evolutionary response to upgrading into the cloud, taking their own time and taking it step by step. It means they can leverage the existing investments they've made in things like hardware, in the software, and the training for the people who use those two things, as well as using the skills and experience of those people that they have today. We've built in some simple and highly competitive packaging for your end users. It means roughly for you selling it to end users, your street price is about 20% less on average. Customers can mix packages without penalty. So you can have some customers on a voice and collaboration package and some just on collaboration. With meeting room technology, such as our CMR, that gives you another service add-on to enable customers to do more, but it doesn't mandate high-end license levels. Across all of this, there's one common user interface. It uses our circuit interface, and that helps you accelerate adoption and time to productivity. It also gives you functionality equality across all of your different platforms, clients, and devices. It gives you also that level of greater organizational efficiencies that can be realized faster as a result of one single interface that everyone knows. So we've talked a little bit about the interface, but it also means that by having that same user interface, you can better enable real-time workers wherever they are. Customers can use and can choose to install it in the optimal way for them, whether they need a desktop app, whether they want to use it on iOS or Android, or whether they just want to use it in a browser. Call swipe technology means that you can seamlessly continue that interaction across any of your different platforms that you may have. Overall, for customers, it means that they can swap between CapEx and OpEx, gives them a subscription model that enables them to flex as they grow, and gives them a predictable spend pattern for their budgeting accuracy. Of course, for you, as a partner, that means you also get to predict that spend pattern accurately and are able to track your revenues accordingly. We also have some very important partner value propositions. OpenScape Cloud gives you a leading collaboration and communication experience. It's been designed and built for partner success, giving you simple access to the voice and collaboration tools your customers are asking for. That single user interface that we've talked about as a value proposition for customers is just as important for you. It means you don't have to go back time and time and time again to train people how to use it. People pick it up and adopt it simply. Persistent content also strengthens customer loyalty. When people start using a platform like OpenScape Cloud, you create a stickiness that in old unified communication solutions you just couldn't get. With CPaaS, or Collaboration Platform as a Service, We give you the APIs and the SDKs to add even greater depths of value, so you can build new voice-enabled collaboration apps and integrations, strengthen your position and relevance to your customers' businesses, create deep vertical integration capabilities across any number of platforms, and create that stickiness and that persistence in customers and long-term loyalty, which means you keep them for much, much longer. We all know that the market for unified communications is changing, but what does it really mean? How often are you missing out on sales as a result of your existing propositions? Well, we all know that on-premise is declining, but it's not at an end. It will take some time and will decline continually over a number of years, but just as it declines, cloud will take up some of the slack in that marketplace. One of the key things for us is, we built solutions to be robust, almost too robust. That's a good thing. It also gives you an opportunity for cloud as well. They will last forever if we just let them sit in organizations forever. However, the growth in that on-premise market will decline as a result of that. One of the key other things and trends in the marketplace is this shift away from IT buyers and towards line of business buyers. IT buyers are not gone, but they are mixed more heavily, sometimes even 50-50 with those line of business buyers. And those line of business buyers require different things and have a far broader understanding of what they want compared to just the pure technical aspects of a solution. User adoption is key to these new solutions and key to how the market is changing. When you look at the solutions out there today, the growth areas and the areas where people are growing fastest are with those platforms and solutions which mimic consumer solutions. User experience, therefore, drives greater engagement. If someone can pick up your application, look at it, and know instantly how to use it, in the same way that they use WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or any of those existing consumer platforms today, that means they will stay with you longer, and it also means you'll get less support calls as a result. Organizations are thinking about cloud first. They don't really want to make those large capital purchases anymore. And that's a result of the overall global outlook for economies, but it's also a trend that's been going on for some time. So you have to start thinking about how cloud is going to affect your business and what you can do to take advantage of that. So let's think about some of the things that mark out UCaaS vendors versus on-premise vendors. Some of those current systems that you've got lack the elasticity for today's dynamic business environments. Think about the number of customer queries you get trying to flex their licenses up and down. You've got things like premises equipment, which, while provide solid functionality, they can be challenging for customers to actually operate and maintain and to avoid obsolescence. Limited flexibility, as you know. You can't compete with the level and functionality of cloud solutions quite often, and the availability challenges of on-premise repairs can take a considerable amount of time. And on-premise upgrade costs tend to be much higher than keeping a cloud solution alive and the constant updates that go into that. So what are some of the main benefits of UCaaS in general? Well, it includes the deployment agility that you need in order to measure your responsiveness in terms of minutes and hours, together with simple setup processes. It's massive in scale and elastic, meaning when a customer asks you to make a change, you can make it in seconds or the space of a couple of clicks. It eliminates upfront costs and expensive installation services. Upgrades are automated, so there's none of that costly having to go to on-prem to make a huge upgrade to a system. Administration tends to be much simpler. It gives you greater mobility, giving your customers a high level of freedom and flexibility for our increasingly mobile workforces. And overall, it creates reduced costs, coupled with predictable spend patterns for both you and your end users. So let's look at some of the market opportunities. Why OpenScape Cloud and why now? Well, traditional UCaaS is no longer enough. You need to be able to provide a platform that enables your customers to collaborate more efficiently. It needs to be resilient. It needs to enhance the social capabilities and people's understanding of a platform. You need to be able to deliver mobile first. You need key collaboration tools that create a stickiness within the organization, as well as giving them the options of deployment that customers really want. Cloud needs to be more than just UC and voice. People want federation of existing on-premise infrastructure with new solutions that they bring in. And with OpenScape Cloud, we give you the ability to migrate your customers at their own pace. The market is ready for cloud services, and it's ready for much, much more. Cloud is more than just it being public or however you want to deploy it. It also means all the systems that you can integrate into it to create better value chains for yourself and for your customers. One of the key things about OpenScape Cloud is how we've managed the differentiation. What we haven't done is differentiate around the voice features. What we have done is differentiate about the collaboration features behind it. What that means for you is that your customers get one single voice solution across all the different packages that you can see here. You layer in your own SIP trunking and minutes if you already provide it, or from your distributor if you don't. And you can mix and match those licenses today between OpenScape Cloud without limitations or restrictions. Making money with OpenScape Cloud is actually really easy. It helps you level the playing field so that you can deliver longer term, more strategic services. It's designed intentionally for partner commercialization, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in just a few minutes. It gives you the foundation for value-added services, and this is really the key for OpenScape Cloud. No other solution, we believe, provides you the same level of ability to value add your services into it. And it creates that reoccurring revenue, which changes how you are able to manage your balance sheet. Let's take the example of an incremental opportunity. Now, this is just a token opportunity that we thought of when we were developing this training. But let's say you've got a solution today, and we've just picked OpenScape Enterprise as a solution that is 100% on-premise. UC, traditional UC on-premise collaboration. That customer has already started talking to you about cloud. They're growing at a certain rate, but they're not really using the full functionality of OpenScape Enterprise. And you're starting to think there's a risk that they may churn at the end of their contract. One of the great things that you could do with OpenScape Cloud is combine OpenScape Enterprise on-premise solution with OpenScape Cloud. This means that you can layer in new users onto the OpenScape Cloud portion, as well as migrating users at the customer's own pace from OpenScape Enterprise into Cloud. That also then enables you to layer in circuit across the entire organization, creating a stickiness that you simply wouldn't get with a traditional UC solution. So let's see how you add value into your OpenScape Cloud solutions. We've made it really simple. So your standard cloud subscription for OpenScape Cloud is obviously the base. So that's the base price that we talked about a couple of slides ago. You've got the connectivity into your existing environment if you've got an on-premise environment that you can connect into. So that will be delivered by Circuit, and it's Circuit ATC or the on-premise UTC or hosted UTC, or if you're going fully cloud, none at all. You bring your SIP trunk, so you can either, a customer can bring it themselves or you can bring it as well. And that enables you to layer in a price point around that. What you can then do is connect it into your application landscape. So let's say, as well as selling UC solutions, you also sell a financial solution like Xero. So you could connect those two applications together using our CPaaS solution and giving yourself something really interesting and tailored to your customers' needs, but also to the businesses that you know. On top of that, you also have the ability to add in management services as well. Things like support, things like hybrid solutions, things like putting it in a virtual private solution as well. So really, there are all these different opportunities and value adds that you can bring to the market. All in all, what it means is you can create a tailored solution to your particular customers, your particular segment, your particular vertical, or whoever you are trying to target. Let's just think about some of those journey opportunities as well. Things like consulting services, which you probably already do today, helping organizations be ready and successful, creating security and design through things like professional services and implementing hybrid solutions. You've got things like phones which you can add into the solution, or headsets, or speakerphones, or all kinds of different things that you can add to create your own bespoke version of OpenScape Cloud. Service contracts, management contracts, all of those things will tailor to you or are tailored by you for your end users. And obviously the reporting and analytics within the platform give you an idea of how sticky those customers are and the ability to intervene early if you see them stopping to use it or various other problems with the system. It really is limitless in terms of where you can attach yourself and create value chains in today's organizations. So in summary, as a partner, the value that you bring to OpenScape Cloud is summarized on this slide here. Those elements in green, flexibility, choice, ownership, are the three strongest we believe that you can bring in terms of partner value. The orange ones, top line revenue, recurring revenue, value-added services, the journey, automation, customer delight, and consultancy are the second. And then the final layer of the partner value that you can bring are in terms of the options, in terms of your customer fit, the provisioning, differentiation, the standard levels, the hybrid, where you can fit into the line of business, and your cross-sell and upsell ability. All in one, we are giving you the solution to keep your own customer, keep your control, but deliver it all from the cloud. Now, OpenScape Cloud Multi-Tenant and Managed will be available in 4 countries from launch. Be available in France, Germany, the United Kingdom, and the United States. And then those countries in Europe will follow that already have circuits. So the rest of the EU and Norway will follow in the September timeframe. Europe will be served out of our Amsterdam software data center, as will the United States until September, when we will spin up our own data center in the United States as well. For distributors who want to host themselves, you will be able to do this. That will be subject to a bespoke commercial agreement now, of course. One of the other key things about OpenScape Cloud that we haven't talked about from a value add perspective is just how much of the feature set is included. As you probably already know, no two UCaaS solutions are the same. OpenScape Cloud is a unique mix of some of the most common features and some of the most differentiating features of the current UCaaS market. In this slide, you can see in green, in orange, and in blue, all of the features that we will deliver this year, and in red, some of the solutions that we're considering but are not yet on our list to deliver. All in all, when you look at competing solutions, you'll be able to see that they are in an even weaker position. They tend to have more of the common features and less of the differentiating features. Nobody else, though, of course, has collaboration like we do with Circuit. And collaboration is really the key, we believe, in order to create the stickiness with those organizations who you're selling into. As we've talked about before, SIP is one of the things that we would like you to bring to the table. It gives you a great position to add value to your end users. And these are the people who are currently supported in terms of SIP providers. Now, one of the things that we're trying to do is make sure that every provider who is currently certified on OSV will be compatible with OpenScape Cloud, but we haven't quite tested them all yet. So this is what the list looks like, Dan, at the moment. We have tested during our beta phase some other suppliers who are not on this list and were not supported traditionally via OSV, just to see how some of those solutions would work. Unfortunately, it seems we do have some problems there. So our aim over the course of the next year is to make sure, or the next 6 months, is to make sure that we support all the OSV compatible SIP providers which are available in our Unify Wiki. And then we will move on to other suppliers after that. Of course, one of the most important things when moving to the cloud is security. OpenScape Cloud, we believe, is highly secure. We have created a multi-layered firewall system that is complemented by built-in security. All tenants within the solution are separated with coarse use transport encryption for all messages. OpenScape Cloud and Circuit is delivered out of data centers, the provider of which holds ISO 27001 and numerous other certifications. We support perfect forward security for session keys, do active file scanning on all files shared within Circuit and OpenScape Cloud, and have separate data centers in the US and EU domains. So how, as a partner, can you order this in the July to September timeframe? We are working on eStore integration, so it will work like Circuit from the September timeframe. But in the interim period, we are placing an Excel order form in the partner portal for you to sign up with. Obviously, we expect you to do this through your channel account manager or your distribution account manager as you see fit. That will then go through our Unify system to our single points of contact for cloud, who will help activate the subscription-based license and create the invoice and billing feed for you. Changes in this July to September timeframe will also be done via the same form. When we get to September timeframe, we're obviously integrating that, as I said, into the eStore, and it will be exactly the same process as you use today for Circuit. Obviously, as we move into the cloud, one of the most important things that we needed to do was to look at the partner program. To do that, we've created a new cloud specialization. The OpenScape Cloud specialization focuses on building commitment to the cloud and solutions and creating customer retention. It's really important that we do all of those things, because without that, customers will just churn. It supports partners to gain expertise in incremental sales and volumes with OpenScape Cloud, and by providing partners with additional economic advantages from the cloud sales and the opportunity to offer cloud services, we really do think we have a strong offering in this space. The partner journey is simple, and it's the same journey that you should be used to today. There are 3 levels to the partner journey: authorized, professional, and master. And they really fit to the size of business and how much business you want to do in the OpenScape Cloud space. An authorized partner, for example, will resell low-touch OpenScape solutions, probably straight out of a box, with not much value add on top. They will offer on behalf of admin services such as provisioning, and can include additional services like device implementation for things like CP phones, support, network analysis, and maintenance. Your professional level, of course, does more of that. They may be looking at lightweight integrations, a few other bits and bobs, and networking solutions. They may also sell and broker PSTN services. And then your master level service does all of what we've talked about before, but to a much larger extent. They are true business cloud advisory houses. They are helping organizations transform and creating the solutions that will help organizations become digital workplaces. They will probably offer a much higher degree of SDK and API integration into their wider portfolio. So to move up the specialization levels, it really is simple. At the authorized level, you just register online, completely online sales training, and away you go. Professional, you need to achieve all the authorized level inquirer, then also need to complete the Cloud Sales Excellence certifications. This is a really good certification where we're going to be helping you understand the real differences and benefits of specializing in cloud. And you also need to undertake the OpenScape Cloud implementation and support training. This will enable you to create that managed support layer on top of your OpenScape multi-tenant solution. At the master level, again, all of that already. You need to gain the consulting and technical sales certification. With this one, will help you understand in depth much more about the solution. You also need to certify additional personnel on the cloud excellence and technical expertise training. Again, this will give your organization a real boost in terms of its knowledge of cloud and how it can be sold. And then you also need to achieve the revenue quota and the volume threshold for OpenScape Cloud and Circuit sales. One of the things that we wanted to do on this slide was to show you some of the different value-added opportunities you have at all of the different levels. Now, for example, an authorized level, you may do on behalf of services for customers. You may do things like client and device mass rollouts and provisioning. You may sell the CMR solution. At the professional level, we expect you to be doing things like project management, technical design, a few other bits and bobs. And then when you get to the master level, obviously, as we talked about on the previous slide, we really do expect you to be consulting, talking about digital workplaces, how UC and collaboration can fit really within those organizations and sit as a hub of digital workplaces. So in terms of the broader Unified Partner Program, this is what it looks like. OpenScape Cloud has taken over from the previous authorized level of Circuit. So Circuit has been rolled into that authorized level of OpenScape Cloud. So if you already have that authorized level of Circuit, it's just a test away to make sure that you are enabled for OpenScape Cloud. And then we've added the professional and master levels in above that. We just did that just to make sure that you didn't have two certifications for Circuit and OpenScape Cloud, considering how well integrated the two solutions are. And obviously it sits in the same kind of structure as you already experienced from OpenScape Business, OpenScape 4000, and OpenScape Enterprise. So here we can see some of the economics behind the cloud specialization, what discounts look like, what the breadth discounts look like, and all of those kind of things. Obviously, what we're not providing today is a calculator to work out how you add all of these things together. But one of the things we have tried to do is make it as simple as possible. It basically takes off some of the stuff that we've done with Circuit today and replicates that in an OpenScape Cloud environment. There is really good incremental margin opportunity here. And we really do feel that you will have a strong ability to grow in the marketplace as a result of this program. One of the key things you have to understand about the UCaaS market is that it is a highly competitive environment. The competitive environment for UCaaS is a mix of old competitors and some of the startups who have been dominating this space for the last few years. As you can see here on the right, we're displaying the Magic Quadrant from August 2016 for UCaaS. You can see players like RingCentral, 8x8, Fuse, West, BT in that Leaders Quadrant, and that's where Unify hopes to be in the coming years. Let's take a look at some of our competitors. If you're in Europe, one of the competitors you will come up most against is the Mitel MyCloud offer. There are various different flavors of this, including Telepo. That's the one that's most resold by carriers and partners and distributors across Europe, but it is very European focused. The service packaging around that looks something like this. You have these list prices and these street prices. And as you can see, it's very different from the pricing that we just saw from an OpenScape Cloud perspective. For our channel partners, our biggest advantages are things like, we're giving you a single solution across all of the OpenScape Cloud scenarios. So it means you have one solution and pretty much zero channel conflict there from Unify. OpenScape Cloud is much higher margin. If you think about this from the kind of the cost price to an end user, it kind of gives you an idea of exactly how much margin you could be putting into an OpenScape Cloud solution. And obviously, we offer multi-vendor support for both voice and UC, as well as Circuit. And that's really, really, really important. Some of the advantages for end users also include the fact that OpenScape Cloud has a much better hybrid story. Being able to connect into our on-premise solutions, layer in Circuit as an additional layer in there, really does provide end users with something really interesting which they can get their teeth into. We do provide a range of carriers, which means that you can provide really a good level of SIP service to OpenScape Cloud. And one of the key other things from an end user perspective is My Team, the app, is actually OEM. Circuit has been developed from the ground up by Unify. We are in control of its destiny, and we can make it work for various different end users in various different ways. Whereas the My Team app really is controlled by the destiny of the ultimate owner. Let's have a look at one of those newer competitors now in terms of RingCentral. Now, RingCentral, much bigger in the United States, around 30% annual growth, and that gives you an idea of just how much growth there is in this market space. But it is mainly focused on SMB users, so kind of around that 50 user mark. Now, they recently acquired Glip, Glip being very similar in terms of what it does in the collaboration space is Circuit. But what they haven't yet managed to do is integrate the two. RingCentral, from a voice perspective, is almost completely separate from Glip. And what that means from an end user perspective is really they've got two different solutions to deliver voice and collaboration. It's very difficult. RingCentral also provides all the carrier and application services, and it's all based around its own technology, so it doesn't play well with others. But also it means that its bundling, it makes it look really kind of expensive when you bundle in minutes and trunking and telephones and all of that kind of stuff. And you can see some of the service packaging here, a baseline service package including 1,000 calling minutes, a very limited conferencing service to 4 people, a version of Glip, things like auto attendant and packaged integrations is still $24.99. When you consider that in terms of our pricing and what we're offering in that space, you can see just how competitive we are. OpenScape Cloud then, for channel partners, really is a multi-vendor solution, unlike RingCentral. It does provide a level of white labeling through distributors and through the ability to provide your own PSTN that RingCentral doesn't. And it does provide a more robust feature set for those larger customers, most of who you want to be dealing with. From an end user perspective, again, the hybrid story is really key. Our ability to hook into existing platforms, existing OpenScape and unified platforms, and then complete that story with Circuit is just so powerful. And connectivity is really important as well. It means that as a partner, you're in charge of all that connectivity. It also means you can bring all the applications in and minimize ecosystem changes. Overall, it should be less expensive and more of everything. Broadsoft is one of those really interesting players in the UCaaS space. It is a leading player, but it provides a layer of services that are very different from what we are offering, from what Mitel are offering, and from what RingCentral are offering. The most common deployment method is this BroadWorks perpetual licensing through service providers, and it's a very complex OpEx per month licensing model. And there's various different bits and pieces around that for service providers and VARs. The service packaging looks something like this in terms of what they say. It's all typically white labeled, so it's not particularly easy for anyone to look at and go, that's exactly what I'm going to get within that solution. What that means then for our channel partners is, again, we are a true multi-vendor solution versus Broadsoft's focus on its own base. OpenScape's cloud scales way beyond the SMB. You can put 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 subscriptions on an OpenScape cloud instance if you want. So it really is truly enterprise, not like the SMB solution from Broadsoft. OpenScape Cloud also isn't deployed by multiple service providers in nearly every region, creating this really fragmented, differentiated offering between just even countries that are completely next door to each other. By providing one single layer, that means you can offer it over a number of different countries that you may operate within. For our end users, of course, we are offering Circuit as a leading team collaboration app, and really, when you think about the capabilities of Team One, it's so much more limited than anything that Circuit offers today. We really are providing the level of reporting and analytics, which means that gives you the ability to look at an end user and go, okay, something's wrong here. I need to intervene before this becomes a problem for me. And obviously our focus on large and mid-sized businesses means that we can scale much bigger than anything Broadsoft can. So let's have a look at what the roadmap looks like for the next 6 months for OpenScape Cloud. Now, we have been testing this product since April with a number of partners and a select number of customers. We've tested scalability from a security perspective. We've got a good understanding of how the solution works. We've launched this in July 2017 at the Unified Partner Conference, where if you haven't seen the launch video, there should be a version of it now live on our YouTube channel. We've done our press briefings, we've done our press releases, we will have emailed you most likely, and that's one of the routes that you might have come into this training. You may have seen social media around OpenScape Cloud, and obviously we've done a document release within the partner portal to give you all the documents that you may need to be able to start selling this as soon as possible. In a September timeframe, we start creating, or we will be creating the scaling version of OpenScape Cloud, fixing some of the automation and ordering and onboarding areas that we really need some input into over the next couple of months, looking at how we improve it from a security perspective, launching our US data center and creating some more feature enhancements, as well as launching our new CPaaS offering. Beyond that, we'll be adding features and functionality on a regular basis, doing more work on the automated deployment. And one of the key things that we want to bring you guys into as partners is how we do that automated deployment in a really smooth way for both you and your end users. Looking at how we do mass provisioning for those large customers, and looking overall at what we do from an e-store perspective as well, because I think we can all agree our e-store today is quite limited, and we want to expand that out so partners have much more functionality in terms of what they can do in e-store. So I want to leave you today with a call to action and 3 things that I would really like you to do. If you haven't already, please go out and sign your Circuit 2-tier sales contract. That sales contract will be amended by an OpenScape Cloud sales contract shortly. Revisit those recent deals where you are unable to bid cloud. There is a real opportunity here, and a real quick opportunity for you just to go back, look, see if there's anything that you missed. And obviously, please get selling. Thank you very much for spending your time listening to this training today. For further information, please visit the Unified Partner Portal.